Imagine walking through a dark forest at midnight. The wind howls and somewhere, someone screams. Not in the forest, but from your village. They say, "The witches have returned, and tonight you are not safe. Welcome to the terror of the European witch hunts." The 16th and 17th centuries, a time when shadows ruled the streets and fear crept into every home. Across Europe, towns were gripped by a single terrifying thought. Witches walk among us. Women gathering herbs, men speaking too boldly, even children playing too freely. Anyone could be accused. Neighbors turned on neighbors and families were torn apart. Mothers wept as fathers were dragged away. Children hid trembling under beds and behind doors, listening to distant cries that echoed through the night. Accusations spread like wildfire, and once accused, there was no mercy. Torture awaited, forcing confessions true or false, leading to death by fire, water, or steel. The screams of the innocent mingled with the wind, haunting the living, leaving shadows that never faded. In those dark centuries, fear became the law, and the terror of the witch hunts would never leave the hearts of those who survived. Anna was only 12. She loved to walk the fields with her grandmother, gathering herbs and flowers. But in a village drowning in fear, even innocence could look dangerous. One neighbor whispered, "She knows magic." That whisper was enough. Soon, angry hands tore Anna from her home. Her small voice cried out, echoing through the dark streets. Windows closed, doors locked. No one came to help. Fear kept them silent. Dragged through the mud, Anna's eyes searched for a friendly face, but all she saw were shadows turning away. Behind heavy doors, people whispered prayers, but none dared speak for her. They said torture would make her confess. They said death would free the village. But Anna was only a child, and when the night fell quiet again, only the echo of her cries remained. Accusations were enough to end a life. Sometimes it was jealousy, sometimes fear, sometimes just a cough in the night. One word could seal your fate. And then came the interrogation. Dark rooms, cold chains, the air heavy with screams. They said it was to find the truth, but the truth never mattered. Nails were torn, skin burned, faces drowned in water, fingers crushed until bones gave way. Even the innocent confessed, not because they were guilty, but because pain was stronger than silence. When the cries finally stopped, only shadows and blood remained, and the village believed the evil was gone. But the real evil was the fear that lived in their own hearts. Villagers lived in fear. They believed witches could curse their crops, poison their animals, and steal children from their beds in the dead of night. Every shadow looked dangerous. Every whisper carried a curse. To protect themselves, they carved strange symbols into their doors. They wore masks of terror to scare away the unseen. At night, they whispered chants, begging the dark to leave them alone. But fear made them blind. They saw witches everywhere, even where there were none. The true horror was not in the shadows, but in the hearts of the hunters themselves. It was their fear, their cruelty, that destroyed lives. And when the night fell quiet, it was not witches that haunted the village, but the evil of their own hands. Some say the forests of Europe are not silent. In Germany and France and Switzerland, the trees still remember. The wind carries whispers, the screams of the accused, echoes that never died. The villages stand empty now, doors broken, roofs fallen, yet the air feels heavy, as if eyes are still watching from the shadows. At night, ghostly figures drift through the fog, their faces pale, their mouths open in endless cries for justice. But justice never came. Their search never ends. And if you walk those forests, if you stand too still, the wind will change. You may hear a voice calling your name, a voice that does not belong to the living. Imagine a fear so strong, it could make neighbors turn against each other. Friends became enemies. Families were torn apart. Children hid from their own parents, trembling, unsure who they could trust. Every shadow seemed dangerous. Every whisper could be a threat. Mothers wept quietly, clutching their children. Fathers shook with terror, staring at the darkness outside. The streets were full of suspicion. A cough, a glance, even a simple smile could lead to accusation. People lived in constant dread. The horror was not only in the witches, it was in the minds of men. The fear, the jealousy, the cruelty, it lived in everyone. And when night fell, it whispered through the village, haunting every heart. Today the villages are quiet. The streets are empty. The doors are closed. The smoke from chimneys curls slowly into the night, and everything seems calm. Too calm. But sometimes, when the fog rolls in, you can feel it. A chill crawling along your spine. That lingering fear that never truly left. The hatred that once turned neighbor against neighbor. The screams of the innocent that echo in the shadows. Some say the witches never left. Their shadows move through the fog. They watch from the darkness, waiting for the next time fear takes hold of the human heart. And if you stand too still and listen carefully, you may hear them whisper your name. The forest is quiet, too quiet. The trees twist and groan in the wind, like they are alive. Every step crunches under your feet, and you feel eyes on you, watching. A twig snaps somewhere behind you. You freeze. Shadows move between the trees, shapes you can't quite see. Some are tall, some small, but all feel wrong. Their faces are pale, their mouths open in silent screams. A figure steps out of the fog. Black cloak, something in its hands, but you can't tell what. You try to run, but the forest seems to grab at you. Branches scratch your skin. Fog rolls in, hiding the path. Then the voices start. Whispers of pain, whispers of anger, whispers of those who never left. Their cries circle you, heavy and cold. Here in this forest, even the living are not safe. And when the night falls, the shadows, they wait. The shadows linger, even as you leave the forest behind. You can still feel the chill in the air, the whispers of those who never found peace. And while the night hides its secrets, the world still holds wonders beyond fear. Places that sparkle under the sun, mountains that touch the sky, streets alive with life, and foods that make your heart smile. If you want to explore the beauty of the world without leaving your home, check out my Explore the World word search puzzle on Amazon KDP. Discover breathtaking landscapes, famous tourist spots, and delicious foods, all while having fun solving puzzles. The link is in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories, mysteries, and surprises. And maybe next time, we'll take you to a place where the real horror is missing out on adventure.